Hi Liam, how you doing?
Very good, thanks, Justin. How are you?
I'm always good when I'm talking to you, my friend. Now, look, I just want to go through some questions here, just to kind of understand your experience with the program. But before I do that, just tell us a bit about yourself and your recruitment business before joining the program.
Okay, yeah. So I moved out to Dubai just over 2.5 years ago to set up a recruitment business, which predominantly serviced the UK tech market. I've been going for about a year, and honestly, I was struggling. I found it really hard setting up a business by myself, not having anybody to lean on, not having any mentorship in place. So I think I really struggled to get the business off the ground. Also, working a market remotely. Then I reached out to you as I wanted to start integrating myself into the GCC market for advice on how to attack it, the best ways to do so, and also mentorship on how to build a business from scratch because I wasn't doing that very well to start off with.
And just so everyone's clear, what markets were you covering? Oh, do you?
Tech markets. Yeah, so tech markets back in the UK, same as what I'm doing here, is everything across the software development life cycle in tech.
Okay. And so what made you decide that you needed help or mentorship at the point you arrived in the UAE then?
I think it was a brand new market to me. I heard lots of different scare stories of how to operate or how the market does work here. Let's say, for example, it's people not paying their terms on time, their invoices on time. Let's say, for example, it's where people are hiring from, the processes, the culture changes, etc. So I really wanted support on that. But also, I was in a point where I'd been running a business by myself for a year, and I was starting to run out of cash. I was struggling on a mindset point of view, and just a lack of confidence that I'd previously had. I think I'd lost from not having that structure in the business before.
So what attracted you to our program specifically then?
So I think specifically your program, I'd seen you on LinkedIn multiple times before as the guy who knows how to do recruitment in Dubai, right? You'd been in the market the longest that I'd seen, I think 15, 20 years. One of the first people to set up a non-large recruitment agency. So the first person to set up a boutique agency in the region. So that's why I reached out to you.
And how would you describe the experience of going through the program with us?
Yeah, I think the experience was great. I think from the start, I think we was messaging back and forth from the very start, really. So I think that instant support, moving here where I had no connections, no other business colleagues or anybody, I think that was a really big thing for me. Just to be able to ask these questions here and there was like huge. So very seamless process with you, and everybody else in the team helping me with setting things up, rolling out the new processes, and just integrating into the market. I think that really, really helped.
And what specific parts of program and frameworks stood out the most to you?
Yeah, so things that were new to me was a lot about automation, AI processes. So some of the things that we implemented was the email campaigns, strategies, the advertising with LinkedIn adverts, using actual lead magnets that we could provide value to our clients for first, rather than just going to them cold. So things like salary guides, EVP guides, this was completely a new process to me. So I think that was what really helped because we then turned into a value add for our clients before we started selling to them.
And was there a light bulb moment when you things just started to click for you?
I would say once we got everything running up, we picked a niche, and then it all seemed to follow in the process of you're gathering leads from the adverts, you've got them putting their details into campaigns, you're following up with a call once they've received multiple different things from you. So I think like it just became a lot easier for me to make these connections, especially going into a cold market.
And what results have you seen since joining?
So results I've seen, I think pretty quickly we got pretty good results back. I think even in the first month, I think we added nearly 30K onto our revenue, $30,000, and then since then we've had months all the way up to $100,000 a month. So yeah, we've seen really big results from the course.
You've smashed it. You've smashed it, matey. Um, and how's your business changed overall, just in terms of systems, mindset, and profitability?
I would say my mindset's changed a lot. I thought that I always had to grow a business very large on headcount to hit big numbers, but I think now in the modern age of recruitment, you can do it in a lot more leaner fashion. So as we mentioned before, right, the marketing campaigns and the automation things like that. But also, I think that way that a really good thing that we learned from this course was that you can really build a business that's founder led. and then you can pull in business like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense a lot. Makes sense a lot. And what sort of milestones or wins that you have you had that you're most proud of in the business?
Mm, I would say even just getting to 50K a month was like a really big achievement for us, because that was something that we wanted to do by the end of the course, which we achieved. And then hitting $100,000 months is massive. You know, for such a lean business, there's only two of us. I think that's like huge, and something we're super proud of.
Amazing, amazing. And looking back at it, how has the program impacted your personal life or confidence as a business owner?
Yeah, I think the confidence part's massive, really, because when I first came to you, I was lacking confidence. I come from a background where I was a bit successful in a large organization, and I'd kind of lost my confidence in that process. But now I know that we're winning a lot of clients in our niche, and we've constantly got new clients coming in. So we're not having these up and down spikes in business. It seems to be more consistent, which of course, as a business owner, is something that you really always want. And yeah, we built a really good brand in the space, and people recognize us. So I feel like people know us a lot more now. So it's a lot more easier for us to work with new clients.
And lastly, what surprised you most about the program or your own progress, Liam?
What surprised me most? I would say, um, I would say picking a niche and really going all in on that has been great. And I would say the power of starting a podcast, to be honest, I think that's really surprised me how well that's gone. I was quite nervous about doing it before. I didn't know a lot of the people reaching out to CEOs, CTOs, things like that that I'd never spoke to before. But I think that really helped me build amazing connections with clients before we even spoke about recruitment. You know, you're spending 3 or 4 hours with a business before we even mentioned what we do or anything about business. So it's been a really easy way after that, once a relationship's already been made, to build a business relationship post the podcast and meeting them multiple times.
And how does your life and business look now compared to before you joined?
Life is definitely better. I feel less stressed. I feel like financially better off. I feel like we're in a really good mindset now, not just to worry about survival. It's more about a growth mindset, because we're trying to add new things into the business, new functions into the business, expanding in different ways. So I feel like for me, it's really freed up that space of survival mode into what's next, you know?
Fantastic. And what would you say to someone sitting on the fence about joining?
I would say 100% do it, because if you are specifically a small business, and you've always done the recruitment model that's just chuck loads of heads in the team to try and scale, I think that if you are sitting on the fence, there's ways to do it in a lot more leaner, a lot more profitable way, which is a bit more repeatable as well.
Brilliant. Liam, it's been a pleasure working with you, my friend. Thank you very much for this today. Thank you.
Lovely stuff. No worries, mate. All good.